Look at that beautiful jiggle! Hey guys, it's Sarah. I am in my kitchen and today I am facing a bit of a challenge issued to me by Cream of Europe. So they want to see how people pair unexpected ingredients with beautiful French cream, and what they've asked me to do is create a pastry or a dessert using coriander seeds. That's definitely unexpected. It's something that I never really thought of as a dessert ingredient. So I thought about it for a while and I think that it's gonna work really well in a Panna Cotta, which is kind of like a set cream dessert. So I'm gonna show you, hopefully we'll see if this works, a coriander seed and orange Panna Cotta. I think this dessert is gonna work really well because French cream has this really clean dairy taste that's not overly fatty, so it's gonna take on the flavor of the coriander seed, which is a spice we usually see in savory dishes in Asian cuisine. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna toast these coriander seeds to really bring out the flavor, and then I will probably crush them lightly. I like strong flavors, and then we're gonna infuse it into the French cream. So you can really smell when the coriander seeds are toasted. It smells very, you know, it actually kind of smells like a dessert ingredient. It has that kind of caramelly aroma. And it's really interesting because I think of coriander as a savory ingredient. You know, we usually use it in like curry spice mixes and stuff like that. But when you take it away from all those other ingredients like onion or ginger or garlic, it doesn't necessarily smell like a savory ingredient. So I'm very excited to see how this dessert turns out. So I am going to put these toasted coriander seeds into a little pestle and mortar. I'm just gonna crack them open to release the flavor. I'm not gonna pound it into a powder. It smells really good. Like, genuinely smells really good. Like a mixture of kind of like a nutty, buckwheat tea kind of smell, and then a little bit of a citrusy aroma when you pound it. Something really fresh. Oh my god, it smells so good. Is coriander seed my new favorite dessert ingredient? Maybe. Okay, so I've released a lot of aroma. Like I said, I don't want this to turn into a powder, so I'm happy with that. Because it has this really nice citrusy kind of fragrance, I think I'm going to add orange zest to the cream as well to just lift everything and make it less rich and heavy. I kind of want this to be a really clean, fresh, flavorful dessert. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna get my pot and I'll put the coriander seeds in and the orange zest. To the pot, I'll add sugar and a little bit of milk just to lighten up the mixture. And finally, the French cream. So I don't speak great Italian, I speak zero Italian to be honest, but I'm pretty sure panna cotta means cooked cream. So this is exactly what we're doing. We're gonna cook the cream with the flavorings, the ingredients, the sugar, and then we'll set it with gelatin. So I'll put the French cream in. Just give it a little stir. Now I'll put this on the stove and bring it up to just below a boil, so when I start seeing it simmer with little bubbles, I'll turn off the heat, cover the pot, and let it sit for, I think, half an hour. We'll taste it so that the coriander seeds and the orange zest can really infuse that French cream with their flavors. The cream has been infused for around 30 minutes. You can totally taste the orange zest and that kind of dry, toasty flavor from the coriander seeds. So I just brought it back up to a simmer to make it hot again because we're using gelatin and gelatin needs to be dissolved in hot liquid. I'm using gelatin leaves and not powder. I think that they work better in their holding power, but they also dissolve better. They look kind of cool, like this transparent thing. So that's a gelatin leaf. And in order to prep gelatin, you need to kind of soften it. It's called blooming it in cold or just room temperature water. While they soften for a few minutes, I'm gonna strain the cream. It smells so good. It smells so Good. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I'm gonna pour this through a strainer just to remove all those aromatics, the orange zest and the big bits of coriander seeds. You can see how the gelatin leaves have softened. This is what you're looking for. So I'll just squeeze out any excess water and then throw them directly into the hot cream. They're very slippery. Just whisk it in so that the gelatin dissolves completely. I know I said that I was facing a challenge today, but to be honest, the challenge was in incorporating the coriander seeds. The recipe that I came up with is basically done. It's super easy. Panna cotta is one of those desserts that, you know, it can just be whipped up. Beforehand, of course, it needs time to set, but really, it's been so easy to make. The great thing about using French cream is that it really allows you to kind of take on really interesting flavors in your dessert, like the coriander seed or the orange zest, because it takes on those flavors really well. It has a really nice clean flavor. So when you infuse it, it really tastes of what you're trying to add into the dessert. So, like I said, this panna cotta mixture is basically done. I've got some little molds. Before they set in the fridge, here's a little trick, and also because I just love taking my blowtorch out at the slightest need. So you see these bubbles that are kind of on top because of the whisking. So we want to pop them so it's really nice and smooth when you dig into your panna cotta. So a little bit of heat. You can also use a little lighter, but I have this, so why not? I'm just gonna pass it really quickly over the top to pop those bubbles. So now I'll just wrap these up and then they go in the fridge to set. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 this is exactly what I want, yes! Challenge accepted, challenge defeated. Look at that, that's a perfect, slightly wobbly texture, but it is set. So to release the panna cotta from the mold, the easiest way to do it without kind of like digging in around the sides and spoiling that beautiful smooth surface is to dip the entire mold into some warm water because it kind of slightly melts that gelatin so it can release easily. Okay, it's looking kind of loose, so I'm gonna just do this. Oh, I'm so stressed. Okay. Confidence, 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 confidence. Damn, come on. Okay, it came out upside down, but it's still okay. It looks nice. I'm so happy with how this turned out. It is a beautifully textured panna cotta with the perfect amount of set, perfect amount of jiggle, and you've got that lovely orange zest, just a little bit kind of kissing the surface of the panna cotta. What I also love is that if you serve this, people will have no idea what flavor it is because it just looks like, you know, plain white, creamy. But when you bite in, I hope you'll get that really lovely toasty aroma of the coriander seeds and that bright freshness of the citrus zest. I'll never know until I really taste, so time to taste. Look at that shine. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Mmm. Mmm. The texture is perfect. It's just set. It kind of melts on your tongue from the heat. And then it gives way to the bright, really zesty orange flavor. And then at the bottom, there's that really nice toasty, still citrusy. It's like you can't really place your finger on it. If I didn't tell you it was coriander seed, you probably wouldn't know, but it has such a nice flavor. And because this is such a creamy dessert, sometimes it can really leave that feeling of like fattiness on your mouth. But when you use French cream, because it's really clean, it has that really pure dairy taste, it just gives way to that orange and the coriander seed, and it just gives way to deliciousness. Honestly, this is so good. Mmm.